I'm going to start this video off with justice for Lala. Fabe, I had to stop watching your video to make this video. I was a victim, just as Lala was. And right before Miss Olivia got on, I made a comment in your section that is a generational curse. The same ones that molested my mother molested me. And I held on to that anger for so long. And I blame my mother for putting me in contact with the same men that she had to run from. But my mother was a child. My mother had me when she was 17. My father was 19. That was my mother's first time ever having sex, was with my father. And they were married for 58 years. My father was also abused as a child. So it was a generational curse. I could have let these people take my voice. I could have let these men and women, it was men and women, from the age of 3 to 19, continue to take my voice, continue to be in abusive relationships where I was physically and mentally abusing women. I mean, fighting them. When I say dog walking, yes, I was actually dog walking now. I pushed them away from me, and I always chose people that had problems. Because if I dealt with their problems, I didn't have time to deal with my problems. So Lala, if you're listening to this, don't allow them to take your voice. Don't allow them to still run your life. Yes, your childhood was taken from you, and that's something you'll never get back. But God has so much in store for you. Allah has so much in store for you. Even with you coming out with your video today, maybe somebody else will hear your story, and it'll encourage them to step forward and tell their story. I have a son that's not my biological son. He'll be 27, but he has a spectrum of autism, along with a disease that's so rare that the doctors don't even know how to treat it. It's eating away all the muscles in his body. He also has PTSD. He has anxiety. He's 27, but he has the emotions of an 18 or 19-year-old. This is why I can't stand Sean Bradley. I know what I had to go through with DCFS to get this child. I know he went through foster homes where he was verbally abused. He was beaten. That when he came to me, his head was down. At 16, even though I helped to raise this child from 5 months of age until he finally ran away and came to me at 16. He spent summers with me. He lived with me on and off. But because of my lifestyle, the courts did not, at that time, look at us as being in a relationship, and only one of our names could get put down. And this woman tortured my son, literally tortured him. He was born addicted to crack, alcohol, and tobacco. He's been with me now for 12 years. And for those 12 years, all 12 of those years have been dedicated to him. From asking the teachers in school to lift his head up, because he walked with his head down when he was in high school. From fighting his battles in grammar school, because the kids used to pick on him. He now goes to a very good school here in Chicago, and he's majoring in animation. But because he doesn't have any muscles in his arms and they'll never grow back, animation consists of drawing. So he's had to figure out a way how to hold his hands and maneuver his hands in order to draw. He never told me what his grades were because he thought he disappointed me. Until this child laid in my arms and cried. He lost his biological mother when he was 9, who had HIV. He lost the person that was supposed to be his biological father when he was 12. And the way we found out about it was on Facebook. So he has abandonment problems. As the saying goes, your mother was just the vessel that Allah chose to bring you life. But you're a child of Allah. Your parents don't own you. They never have. The only one that owns you is the Most High. Tell your story. Yes, there's a lot of vicious people on this platform. A lot of heartless people for a coin that they don't care who they hurt, as long as somebody clicks on that video. Not only Catholic charities, they have advocates. They have community centers that offer you help. Because of what this person did to you, I don't even want to say his name. And he's still alive. Charges can be pressed against him. See, I couldn't speak until they were all dead. And when they were all dead, I was able to use my voice. And now that I'm using my voice, it's become a division in my family. No, it's not something you get over ever in your life. But you learn how to put it in a safe place. You learn how to let it go. And you learn how to live every day as a gift. Because life is a gift. Live your best life. I had to move away from my family until I was begged to come back. And that was the worst thing I could have done. Live your life, baby girl. You're still young. When you have your children, you break that curse. Some people like to walk on rugs that have humps in them, where they sweep everything up under the rug. I call myself the rug snatcher because I can't live with things being swept under the rug and never spoken of. So I snatch rugs, and when I snatch rugs, oh, it makes them so angry. When I cry those tears now, it's not because of what happened to me. It's because I finally found my voice. And I go up to the LGBT community and speak with young ones who have been sexually abused. And because they were sexually abused, they ended up being gay. I'm not saying that all do. I'm saying the majority of those that have ran away from home are either caught up in sex trafficking because they're young and they're out here on the street, and there's always somebody there that's willing to help them. And next thing you know, they're involved in sex trafficking. You're gonna have baby queens. And when you have your queens, tell them the truth. Don't hide anything from them. Tell them the truth. Forgive your mother. She knows no better. Once you love yourself, once you know your worth, and you are worthy, and you're a strong queen, to get up and come on this beast, because that's exactly what it is. We all know the Bible. We all know the Quran. We all know the six-headed beast. YouTube, Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The six-headed beast has risen its head. We're in the year 2019. 9 is the number of revelation, of revealing that everything in the dark comes to light because the Almighty is walking this earth. And for all those that spew hate, especially those that speak on the children of Allah, because He made the woman. He made the woman to carry that life. He made the woman the only human being that can carry that life for 9 months and then suffer through pain to have that child. So if you don't know your mother's story, then you don't know what she went through as a child. Because as blacks, we don't like to speak on the things that we went through as a child. And then we grow up not understanding why we're being treated the way that we're being treated. I encourage you to, yes, get therapy. Don't settle for any therapist. Find one that specializes in sexual abuse. Find one that you can connect with. And I would also suggest that you find a Black therapist. White therapists do not understand that this curse we have on us comes from generations well before us. That the way Black men treat Black women come from what they saw as slaves. How the white man treated the Black woman. That's why they beat them. They call them out of their name. They treat them any kind of way. Because that's a curse that's been passed down. They're just repeating generations before them. And you, my love, you have the strength to break that curse. So I'm praying tonight that Allah watches over you. That Allah keeps you in His most high favor. That Allah removes the hurt that you carry. Life was not given to you to hurt. We all have a journey. We all have a path. When you start loving yourself and you understand your worth, then you will be able to see your path. And that's what I call opening the third eye. That third eye has to be open in order for you to forgive, in order for you to see all the beautiful things that Allah created for us, in order for you to move on with your life, in order for you to forgive. You don't have to forget. It doesn't have to be a stigma that you carry the rest of your life. You're actually saving someone else's life with your story. I'm so very proud of you, because many young women will not speak on what they have gone through. And once you have healed, not only mentally, but spiritually, your spirit needs to heal. At that time, then you can take your siblings and you can help them heal their spirits. And that's when that generational curse is over. I wish I was a vlogger. I wish I could get your phone number and talk to you. Because people that haven't gone through it really cannot relate to it. They can relate to the pain that they assume that you feel. They can relate to an innocent child who was taken advantage of but they can never relate to what actually happened to you. The same way I cannot relate to my son having a disease whose life expectancy is 15 years. So tell your story. Volunteer once you're healed, so you can tell your story and tell your outcome. And remember, you're a queen. You're a queen, baby. You belong to Allah. That is your father. That is your mother. There is no book out here on how to raise children. However, as adults, when you lay down and you have children, that's when you learn compromise. That's when you realize that this baby is dependent on me for everything. Some women don't get it. I will never get off of Tracy's neck. I will never get off of Sean Bradley's neck for taking advantage of a mentally ill young man, taking him to another state to sleep with these women. I will never forgive Tracy for the words she said about 5 bags, young queen. I don't know 5 Bay. I've never met her. But my compassion and my journey, my spiritual journey, is to protect children. I have a house full of children, full of young men who could either be out here sticking somebody up, killing someone, or they can be in a place where they're able to learn. They're able to be kids. So part of my healing was to help those who didn't have parents that knew how to raise them, that didn't know how to tell them that they loved them, that didn't know how to show love because their parents never received love. So I'm mom to at least 20 young men. These people are trying to tear your mother down because they're demons. This universe is changing. And we're connected to the universe. And everything that was prophesied is coming to light. It's not only coming to light on YouTube, but look at your entertainers. Look at everyone you look up to. Look at all the tragedy that's happening to them. All for the love of money. S. Hutchinson needs to take that video down. That's your story. That's not her story. She's doing it for clicks and views. She don't care about you. and I would demand that she takes it down. So, young queen, you do have people out here that care about you. There are people with compassion, with real love in their hearts, with good spirits. There's very few of them. And Fabe, I could see that you were almost tearing up because you have a young princess. And I know you would die for her, just like I would die for my son. So when I make these videos and I tell Tracy and those flying monkeys to come for me, I'm very serious. I'm very serious. You know, Princess is not my daughter, but she's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's child. And the words that were spoken on her, if it had been in my earlier years, oh, it would have been tragic. With Sean, I don't know why CPS or whatever they do in Baltimore has not removed that 25-year-old out of that home. Just because you're 25 doesn't give you the experience, the mind, and the know-all, especially when you're living with a mental illness. You notice I'm not using the word suffer. You're living with it. Those that suffer can no longer live this life. So when I say people don't know who's sitting up in chats, people don't know what other people have gone through. People don't know that the stunt Mona Simone pulled, they don't know when they could possibly trigger a person. And a person can possibly get hurt. I only fuck with 3 people, but I watch these fools. I want to shout out a YouTuber. Her last name is Fontaine. The other YouTuber is Demetra. These are young people that are watching all of this happen, and they're not understanding how adults could be so cold-hearted, so evil, so malicious, that when these young people take over YouTube, there's going to be a whole lot of embarrassed 67-year-old people. Hashtag, for me, hashtag Lala is a queen. Hashtag Lala is a survivor. Hashtag Lala will break this generational curse. I claim it. I claim it to the Most High. I claim it to Allah that this curse is going to be broken and that your generation of children will never, ever have to see and hear the things and be violated Tracy, I'm not off your neck. 5 days may be off of your neck, but I'm not. As long as I have a computer, as long as I have a phone, I'ma stay on your motherfucking neck. Shit eater, shit starter, shit talking, shit wanna use someone else's child to get at their mother. Bitch, if I ever see you, I'ma cut your dick off. And that's a promise. Tracy, if I ever see you, I'ma beat you with a motherfucking bat until you apologize to that young princess. Until you get on your knees and apologize to her. And you better hope Allah forgives you. Remember, they're Allah's children. Sending much light, love. And baby girl, there is plenty of light in that darkness. Plenty of light. Just keep reaching for it.